The Lord God hath bestowed upon me the divine calling of resting atop the Christmas tree. Atop this tree, I shall be a blessed beacon of light and hope and heavenly... Christ! Holy shit! Ouch! Could someone lube up this spruce? Fuck! I'm gonna need ointment. Fuck! I could take a bigger tree.
Alex O'Donnell was one of the most naturally gifted singers this church has ever seen. No doubt.
I loved singing with Alex. You knew he was special from the first few notes. I needed him to be great. But he had his issues.
I remember one Sunday he came up to me right before Mass and said, "Padre, I gotta go clear my head." We didn't see him for a week after that.
We hung out at the time, just stupid kid shit, smoking behind the old roller rink, TPing the principal's house. But when it came to singing Mass, he was all business.
St. Ignatius wouldn't have the rep it does today without Alex O'Donnell. We don't win 3 straight California Choir championships without him.
It gets lost in all the noise of what came after, the wrestling, the gambling, his belief that he was the reincarnation of John Steinbeck, but that cat could really sing.
He was a winner, man. He left it all on the altar. He was one of those choir boys where you hated singing against him, but if he was on your team, you loved him.
That's a bad motherfucker, man. That motherfucker scared me. I used to not pick up his calls because I knew if I did, I'd be coming home 6 days later and $20,000 poor.
Yeah, Alex's life became intense. The fame got to him a little bit.
He was a sweet kid. I feel like I was one of the few to really understand that. He needed space to decompress, get his mind off treble solos.
One weekend it was me, Anthony Kiedis, Carmen Electra, Tia Mowry, Lou Vega, a 50 Manischewitz, and Alex. And Alex was the only one left standing on Monday.
Me and Alex were together at the time, yes. He was a perfect gentleman.
His 15th. Wow. Yeah. Don't even get me started.
I'll never forget it.
That's right. I let a 15-year-old fly to Atlantic City for the weekend so he could, quote, fucking get wild. You gotta sacrifice to win a title.
He flew in on the red eye, gets to the church at 10:55 a.m., and immediately hit a solo that made every single person there break down in tears.
That was a fun weekend, man. That was a fun weekend.
Do I still keep in touch with him? No.
He's not in the church anymore. I wish he would come back, but he's mostly out of the choir game now.
He emptied out my 401k, so no.
No.
Oh, yeah, man, me, him, and Leader Kim, we get together on the rag. That motherfucker could sing.
Hey guys, welcome back to my latest episode of Oh Shit, That's a Conspiracy, with me, your girl, Jamie Theory. Last week we covered whether or not Surrey Cruz is actually the Zodiac Killer, and I think we know where we landed on that. Now I got a fresh out of the oven one for you today. It's the holidays, so I guess that makes people extra crazy? Or extra sane? I got this tip in my DMs the other day. Christmas cookie? Just sugar cookie? Who behind? Whoa. Let's dive in, kids. This is a big one, guys. So if you don't hear from me for a while, you'll know why. I knew with a tip like this, I had to take a bite. But first, I had to go back. Cookies. What are they? When you type in cookies on Google, you get 14,820,000,000 results. Something's up. So then I Googled a sugar cookie recipe. And then I Googled a Christmas cookie recipe. And, well, this is something you have to see to believe. Am I crazy? Are you seeing this? And then it got darker. I knew I had just scratched the surface of something huge. I called Rachel Ray several times to no response.
To get free tickets to a taping of The Rachel Ray Show, please go to our website, www.rachelrayshow.com.
What's she hiding? Since the Shadow Queen Rachel Ray couldn't be reached for comment, I baked both recipes. Are sugar cookies really just Christmas cookies?
Dad, I made it! I'm home for Hanukkah. Why?
This ad was paid for by Jews to remind you Hanukkah is not Christmas. It's its own thing. That isn't really like a big thing.
Welcome to the monthly meeting of Deck the Balls. I'm just going to do a quick roll call to start. John Balls, Cheryl Blow, Ting Rames, Betty Tite, Pegnog, Hans Rimmer. Morris is joining us later. Tate Donovan, Paula Abrams, and myself, Jesse Ames. Okay, I don't want to hold the floor too long, so I'll make this quick. It's December, and sorry to say the obvious, but due to pandemic, Deck the Balls will not be premiering this holiday season. I know it's frustrating, but we should start planning for next year. So let's discuss production notes, restrictions, or adjustments to the script, if any. Right? John, do you want to start?
Sure. Yeah, hey, everybody. It's John. Obviously, Deck the Balls is a big vehicle for me, and I have a lot riding on this, no pun intended. So I was just wondering, at what point will we start to market this?
John, it's really too soon to say. I wish I had a better answer for you, but we need to actually film before marketing gets the ball rolling. No pun intended.
I'm taking.
But we do have a temporary poster, right, Paula?
Yeah, just got that from graphics today. I'm just gonna share my screen.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, it's definitely a work in progress, but the vibe fits.
Oh, maybe we could do like a live table read of some of our older holiday movies, like The First Blowell or He'll Be Hung for Christmas.
Great idea, Cheryl. Let's look into that after the meeting.
So, just in terms of the script, are we still doing I Saw Mommy fisting Santa Claus? And if so, when should I start prepping?
Ting, I think we're actually going to replace that number with Grandma Got a Train Ran on Her by Some Reindeer.
Wonderful. That was my pitch. Thank you, Jesse. I have some ideas on casting when you get a minute.
Oh, cheers, Betty. So does that mean I'm out?
Oh, no. Now you're going to be in a scene with Peg Nog titled Pegging in a Winter Wonderland.
Happy to be here. Let me know if you have any questions, hon, all right?
Cheers, Peggy.
Hi, yes, Hans here. So I know we haven't started filming at all yet, but I've started working on a main theme. Deck the balls with Betty and Harley, fa la 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 la. That's it. You guys get the idea. I'm also gonna change Yuletide's Carol to Yuletide Cheryl since she's into group stuff. Alright, that's it. Don't send notes. Thank you.
Not to pivot back to marketing, but do we have any ideas for the tagline yet?
I still like "'Tis the Sleazin'."
What about he's making a list and talking it twice?
Well, still undecided. Paula, we'll get back to you.
Just regarding the props, so far we got whips, tails, plugs, lube, dries, scents, glitter, paint chains, and some backup toys. But this is Deck the Balls, and so far we don't have any balls in this movie. No offense or pun intended.
No taking.
Good point, Taint. We'll lose some of the chains and the tails and bring some balls in. Yeah. No pun intended.
Since I'm grandma now, does that mean I'm not playing the ghost of Christmas ass?
No, we're definitely doing that. We'll figure it out. Actually, Morris just popped in. Morris, are you still good to play Turner Tim?
You already know.
Perfect.
I have a money question. Boo, right? But are we getting reimbursed for any bleaching or waxing that we're doing from home?
I had that same question.
Preach.
I would also like to know.
As of right now, no, we are not covering offsite waxing, plucking, or bleaching. Okay? My advice would be to hold off until further notice, okay? Okay, let's wrap things up and run through our scene assignments. Let's start from the bottom.
Scene 12, plumbers coming.
11 inches piping.
10 cooks a peeping.
9 gilfs a knocking.
8 maids a milking.
7 moms storming.
6 subs obeying.
Scene 5, lifting. Nice.
4 score is heard.
3 Frenchmen.
2 reindeer love.
And an orgy in the pear tree.
Sounds about right. Okay, good meeting, everyone. See you next month.
Hi everyone, Diane Keaton here. Today I was thinking about the holidays and, I'm a person who gives gifts at the holidays and maybe you are too, I don't know. And I was thinking about presents and some of the problems that typically present themselves with presents. Did you, present. Here's a present, and it's a box, really an ugly box, and I know it's ugly because it's not black or white or polka dots. The best way to handle this really terrible box is to use and utilize ribbons. Now this is a plain black ribbon. I got this on vacation in Paris. Isn't it sweet? This ribbon will really tie together any it'll tie together your present. This ribbon was given to me by my dear friend Nancy Myers. Oh, and you know, I could add this to my hat actually. Now wide ribbons are great for adding shape and definition. You know, when you think about it, the ribbon is kind of the belt of a present. That's actually not, I don't think, is that terrible? Oh. What you're gonna wanna do is just... I need to cut this one. 1 sec, and I will be right back with my scissors. Okay, zip, 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 zip. Isn't that great or what? You know, I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but a bow really is just a complicated ribbon. Isn't that great? It's simple and chic. Okay. You'll clean this up, right?
It's Christmas time in Liberty Falls, USA. I'm Mayor Douglas. I'll show you around. We're a perfect small town in America enjoying post-war prosperity in the middle of the 20th century. And we love Christmas. Hit it, carolers.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish
Time to meet the townsfolk.
I'm the milkman.
I'm the mechanic.
I teach first grade.
I'm Sam. I work at the rubber factory. This is my son, Billy.
I'm growing up with safety and opportunity.
I'm Dr. Daniels. I delivered every baby in this town.
I'm the private equity guy.
Wait, what?
You must be new to our town. Welcome, private equity guy.
I just bought the rubber factory.
Guess that means you're my dad's new boss. Merry Christmas. Hit it, carolers.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish.
We're shutting the rubber factory down.
Well, I'm sure the union will make sure all of the workers get great severance and opportunities for job retraining in STEM fields.
Yay, unions. Yay, STEM fields. Merry Christmas.
We have a long-term strategy for dealing with the union.
What is it?
Engage in a decades-long political campaign to convince people like you that unions, not corporations, are the reason for income stagnation.
Oh.
Yay!
Remember, everyone, during Christmas, we welcome strangers to our tables.
You're right. Christmas is about joy. Oh, look, here's another stranger.
I'm the pharmaceutical industry guy, and I brought all the joy you need with me.
A Christmas miracle.
I'm going to pressure your doctors to overprescribe opioids.
Not our Dr. Daniels. He delivered every baby in...
Don't worry. Opioids are 100% safe. Everyone should take as much as possible.
I guess I have no reason to question institutions designed to protect me. Merry Christmas!
Hit it, carolers.
Wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. What are you going to do about your job, Dad?
Oh, look, another stranger.
I can help your dad make money. Have you heard of multi-level marketing?
No, because it sounds like nonsense. But welcome to our town, sir.
You can get rich selling essential oils to your friends. Your friends will love it.
Why would anyone want to buy essential oils?
Why would anyone want milk, asshole?
It seems like unregulated capitalism has spelled our doom.
Do you still want us to sing?
Well, at least we still have Christmas.
You don't. I trademark Christmas.
Kitt.
You turn up the volume.
This ad was paid for by Juice to remind you that we respect your whole thing, but like personally don't really care.
This is the busiest time of the year for explicit chain messages, people. If you didn't want to hustle, you could go get a job at MailChimp. Halloween didn't get a good share rate. No, I know there was an election, but people still want dick. Eggplant emoji crown. Get sloppy this Veterans Day. The stakeholders are waiting for us to drop the Thanksgiving text. Where is it? I need the hose giving layout by this afternoon. Yes, this afternoon. Am I the only one who realizes there are deadlines? America is counting on us for slutty text messages. We are harvesting hoes this Thanks Daddy giving. Get 3 back and you're a pumpkin. 10 back and you're wet ass stuffing. Guys, we can do better than this. Everyone knows what the peach emoji is. Who hired this person? Garbage. What is this, BuzzFeed? The alien emoji is hot. How about, here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down your throat. Too horny? Oh, not horny enough? Okay, got it. Okay. You're never gonna make it! My mom got one of my chain tags. Oh, thanks, Mom! I do write them with other people, so I can't take all the credit. You think the holidays run on spirit and good cheer? No, honey, it runs on dick. Guys, what's sexy that rhymes with New Year's Eve? Guys, what's something sexy that rhymes with bangs? Guys, what's something sexy that rhymes with restless leg syndrome disease? Guys, what's something sexy that rhymes with adoption? Inauguration Day. Slide that USPS truck right in this little ballot box. Comma love my titties. How dare you? She's sacred. And hose giving is live up! Yes! We don't have anything for Black Friday. Fuck!
Due to the pandemic, many children's Christmas wishes have been left unfulfilled. Thankfully, here at Toys for Tots, we've enlisted some stars to bring Christmas cheer to boys and girls over Zoom, like Drew Barrymore.
I can totally see you in my computer. Happy Xmas.
Tracy Morgan.
Chlamydia! It's a funny word! Ho, ho, ho! I'm playing Santa Claus.
Ronnie Chang from The Daily Show.
Let's make those quick. I want to get back to yelling at stupid people outside my apartment.
And actress Janet Hubert, the first Aunt Viv.
Your favorite aunt from The Fresh Prince is here. What do you mean you've never heard of me?
They are making their list and checking it twice.
You are so special. I wish I could give you your own show like I have. The Drew Barrymore Show. Mondays through Fridays, only on CBS. Wink.
Holy crap, you got a list? Alright, let's see this. A fire truck for what? You live in New York City, you open your window, you hear a loud ass fire truck every 5 minutes.
A gift? You gotta earn. That's how I did. I went out there and got myself a job. When I was your age, I sold crack. The crackheads.
Google it. Type in The Fresh Prince, best thing on it, or just Aunt Viv. See if I don't come up, honey. See. Nope, that's the second Aunt Viv. Stupid Google.
You are welcome. I hope that doll can be your best friend. My best friend was amazing. From playing dress up, screaming at each other, flying our bicycles in the moonlight.
They are...
Minecraft? Oh my god, you wanna build virtual worlds? That's another stupid ass gift. Invest in something more practical like an air fryer. Don't give me this I'm just a kid crap.
I haven't been doing justice by you. Alright, there is a downside of selling drugs. Alright, it's not just making a bunch of money. Sometimes I ain't get money. Crackers pay me in whatever they can find. I got things like television sets, video game consoles, and even a puppy. Do you want that life? Do you want a life with a puppy in it? It was cute though, I ain't gonna front. It was cute, I'm sorry.
E.T. is the only gift I want for Christmas. I'm sure he'll find his way back to me. I left him signs.
Hey you! Why are you still riding a Segway? Get yourself a bike, it is so much cheaper, you freaking idiot! Why do New Yorkers like wasting so much money? Do you see this? Yell at him, he's a freaking idiot!
Alright, you're gonna make me show out. I know you remember this dance. Second on Viv could never do this.
E.T., I hope you'll come back. I'm waiting.
Look, little man, I hope you learned something. Now, excuse me while I get some random girl pregnant.
That's the E.T. theme, right?
Fuck your Christmas.
Merry Christmas. The pandemic affected us too, alright?
Just that good eggnog. Straight from the bodega cat. Not the bodega cat.
Hi, Dylan.
Oh, hi, Samantha. You're dressed up today.
Yes, about that, I want to tell you today, I'm gonna part ways with you. I'm relocating to a new rectum this month. I have just felt, honestly, creatively stifled and bored. I mean, I want to be in an environment where I can fully grow and expand as an artist. And, you know, you've clearly prioritized your work and career, which is fine. But Dylan, I want to be fulfilled. I mean, I have written pilots. I made JFL. I have a dick agent. Regardless, you have been there for me through thick and thin and cut. And I'm very grateful for all you've done for me.
Samantha, I understand your decision, and I support you. Out of curiosity, where are you relocating to?
Lindsey Graham.
It is time. 10, 9, 8, 7.
This ad was paid for by Jews to remind you that there are other calendars and December 31st isn't the only New Year's. But please, still invite us to your party. We want to kiss your friend Anders at midnight, if he's single. Is he? Let us know.
Hello, I'm Paul Apples. Welcome to Rhapsody with Paul. That's Rhapsody, not Rap City, the hip-hop program on BET. Today I'm going to walk you through the different types of holiday gift wrap ideas and what that says about the rapper. Let's get started. This is the standard quote-unquote perfect wrap here. No seams, no creases, no openings. Really beautiful stuff, but pretty plain. This is a lifeless fingerprint devoid of personality whatsoever. This is technically well done, but the Times New Roman of raps right here. This one was done by my youngest son, Anthony. Okay job, son. All right, moving on to this one. This one is what I call the Behringer wrap, identifiable by the Tandoor creases along the sides, and on the front you'll see the wrinkles from possibly the fourth or fifth attempt. And on the back, it's a mix of both scotch and masking tape. This type of wrap is usually done by someone who's newly responsible for their own lives, late teens to early 30s. Yeah, someone that's trying really hard to impress with a gift, trying but failing. This one was done by my future daughter-in-law, Jenny. Jenny, welcome to the Apples family. Hopefully the scotch tape isn't visible in your relationship with my son. Let's move on to the next one. This is what I like to call the Morton Fold, named after George R.R. Martin, of course. On the outset, it's a promise of a complete work of art, but when you get to the tail end, a large chunk of it is missing. This wrap is done by someone who doesn't particularly care for the holidays and just use whatever wrapping material they had around the house, of which clearly they ran out of. You'll see this wrap almost exclusively with books on photography. This gift was given to me by my wife, another work of art of 33 years, 2 of them happy. Happy anniversary, sweetheart. I love you too. All right. Okay, and here is a gift bag. Not much to dissect there. Just, this is an insult of a gift given to you by someone who doesn't care for you at all. More often than not, if you look in, yep, the receipt is still in the bag. This is a middle finger with a handle. Not much there. This one was given to me by my mother, who is not here with us. She's still alive, thank the Lord. She just didn't show up to be here with family today. So she sent this via Uber, which I didn't know Uber did. So thank you, Uber. All right. My producer is telling me that we have time for a caller. Hello, this is Paul Apples. Welcome to Rhapsody with Paul. What's your favorite rap?
Hi, is this Rhapsody?
No, this is Rhapsody, not Rap City, with Paul.
With Big Tigger?
With Paul Apples.
Can you play some Wu-Tang?
All right, well, that does it for this episode of Rhapsody with Paul. I've been Paul Apples.
Can you play some Most
As always, I encourage you to rap what you know. Happy holidays.
Can you play some Trippie Redd?
Anthony Michael Apples, hang up that phone. Enough's enough. 8 episodes in a row. Doesn't make any sense.
Christmas stuff that, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but...
Snowflakes whiter than my hose, husbands fat like Santa Claus. Is that reindeer on the rooftop, or Libromedia trying to eavesdrop? Hanging stockings on a tree. All I'm thinking is me. There's a war on Christmas, and I'm dropping a bomb by saying Christmas. Who give a about the Christmas? Ivanka do the decorating. Christmas trees are nauseating. Sitting through a wonderful life. Slice me with a butter knife. In bed from the COVID sickness. Quarantine me all through Christmas. Just like Ebenezer Scrooge. You'd be this way too if you drank Transpludge. It looked just like him. Thanksgiving too. All holidays suck ass. Here with you. I wrote that song all by myself. I sat at the Alicia Keys and I wrote it in 3 hours. Isn't that amazing? They say I'm complacent. They say I like him, but I'm working like my ass off. And you know what? Happy Christmas to you all, and to you all a good Christmas. Okay, Melania out.
Delivery. You can just leave it right there.
Okay, thanks.
Hey.
Yeah?
You delivered to me a lot during COVID, right?
Yeah, I have actually.
Look, maybe I've just been cooped up for too long inside and my radar is off. I don't know, but it's the holidays, so here goes. I feel like we kind of have this connection. Like we got through COVID together, you know? And I don't know, is there any chance you have feelings for me too?
Yeah, I feel it too. But I don't think it'll work.
Maybe after the vaccine?
You just had me deliver a single bowl of granola.
And now our musical guest, Tanbark.
When the morning falls on the linoleum and the steam heat rushes in, little hisses feel like kisses blowing in my ear. And when evening comes and with that come the ghosts of Christmas past, I put holly on the mantle, rough and sentimental, wondering how to make this last. So wrap me in your arms like a Christmas present. I'll tuck you inside my sleeve. I never liked this season, but I love those lights we hang, the good things we choose to believe. It ain't easy getting all dressed up, sorting through ribbons and bows, when you wonder, oh, how did we mess up? Gotta look for the one thing that glows. Wrap me in your arms like a Christmas present. I'll tuck you inside my sleeve. I never liked this season, but I love those lights we hang and the good things we choose to believe. Wrap me in your arms like a Christmas present. I'll tuck you inside my sleeve. I never liked this season, but I love those lights we hang, the good things we